D'Angela, back again. Check it, direct it, let's be in. Party on, party people, let's make some noise. Just kidding. All right, so anyways, I just want to say I'm not a preacher. I am just sharing my dreams, and like, I have noticed in my studies that there's a lot of scriptures that talk about like just some of these things. So it's kind of cool. I just, my reason for doing this is I want to encourage you to go do your own research and read the Bible and get interested in it again, because it's not just like, from what I've seen, Revelations that talks about these things and like what's happening right now and prophecy and everything, but it's all over the Bible. It's like in the Old Testament, it's in the New Testament. It's like really cool. You know, and Hugh thought about maybe doing a Bible study with this or something like that, or teaching on it. You know, so if you guys are interested in that, I'm sure he'd be totally happy to do it. I'll make him do it. You know, I'm his wife. I've got a little pull here. So anyhow, I'm just going to give you some of the stuff. Look into it. It's neat. And I'm not reading you a whole thing. I'm just reading you what has to do with those two dreams here. Okay. So the first one is Revelations 6, verse 12. So the name of this, and I'm reading out of the New King James Bible, is my preferred version. So anyways, so it's called the sixth seal, cosmic disturbance. So that's 6:12. I looked when he opened the sixth seal, and behold, there was a great earthquake, similar to my dream, right? And the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became like blood. And the stars of heaven fell to the earth as a fig tree drops its late figs when it is shaken by a mighty wind. You can all kind of picture that, right? Then the sky receded as a scroll, which, you know, I don't think I'd really read this stuff when I had my first dream. So when I started reading it, I was like, wow, that's crazy. When it's rolled up, and every mountain and island was moved out of its place. I mean, to me, that's just crazy how big that earthquake must be to move everything. And the kings of the earth, and the great men and rich men, and the commanders of the mighty men, and every slave and every free man hid themselves in the caves and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him who sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of the Lord and his wrath has come, and who is able to stand? So that one was one out of Revelation, and I'm just going to go back over a couple of other ones that are pretty cool too. But these also talk about, you know, like I said, a lot of the other things that are starting to happen now, which is just mind-blowing. It's like, wow. Anyhow, so this one is out of Luke 21, Luke 21:25. So the coming of the Son of Man. And there will be signs in the sun and in the moon. Like, hello, I don't, if you guys have been paying attention, we've been seeing tons of that. And in the stars, on the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and waves roaring. Men's hearts will be failing them from fear and expectation of those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven will be shaken. Then we will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. So that's another one, which is just amazing. And then the other thing I want you to know is really quick is like the parable of the fig tree. So that's in there too. Just like Revelation 6. I just noticed that. I thought that was pretty interesting myself. Okay, and then the other one you always hear about would be Matthew 24. Matthew 24, verse 29. The coming of the Son of Man. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. Then the sign of the Son of Man will appear in the heaven, and then all the tribes of the earth will mourn, and they will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he will send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they will gather together his elect from the four winds, from one of the ends of heaven to the other. And I think either the end of Revelation 6 or 7, somewhere around there, it also talks about the elect. It's pretty cool too. It's another day though. And here's another one. Mark 13, 24, the coming of the Son of Man. But in those days, after the tribulation or after that tribulation, sorry, not the tribulation. There's a big, huge difference, right? The sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light. The stars of heaven will fall and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. Then they will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. And then he will send his angels and gather together the elect from the four winds, from the farthest part of the earth to the farthest part of heaven. And, oh, yeah, I want to mention, too, parable of the fig tree is on that one, too. Which is also, let's see, what, this one and the one before. So I think Luke 21, Mark 13. And then this one would be one everybody probably knows, Matthew 24, 29, the coming of the Son of Man again. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from the heaven and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. The sign of the Son of Man will appear in heaven, and then all the tribes of the earth will mourn, and they will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he will send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet. I can't wait. I would like to be ready. And they will gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Like, cool. And look, again, the parable of the fig tree. So this makes for a neat study. Like seriously, I'm no teacher. I'm learning, but I don't know. I just thought I would share some of this stuff, especially the stuff that lines up with those dreams a little bit. I don't know. Interesting. And what's going on with Eclipse? Hello. I mean, I'm not saying, but you know, how many coincidences can we possibly have? I have a bunch more. I wouldn't mind doing a quick study on this because there are verses, like seriously, throughout the, Old Testament, New Testament, they're like all over the place. I don't know if this is really a study, or I could just list, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 that I was going to share today, or more, but you know, it's kind of getting late. So if you want me to list these out in the comments, the other verses, I'm totally willing to do that. I'm not a theologian, just remember that. So, you know, go easy on me. And just sharing testimony and hoping that, I don't know, this causes interest for you to dig. It's actually pretty fun. So I hope everybody has a blessed night. Take care. Bye.